Kobe Bryant is out with a collection of books that would be described as Harry Potter meets sports fiction. The Wizengard series, Book 1, Training Camp, follows the story of 5 basketball players. They are on the worst team in town, the Badgers. And these players go to a training camp for the summer to improve their game. But then things get interesting. Their coach appears, and he's actually known as Professor Wizengard, and he does some mysterious things that makes the players wonder if, in fact, this coach or professor has some magical tricks up his sleeve. What's neat about this book is that it's actually a collection of 5 smaller books, and in each book that you read, you get to know a different player on the team. The main character of the series is a boy named Rain. Rain is so full of himself, and he has dreams to make it big in basketball, yet he still has so far to go on the court and off too. As this book progresses, you get to see how players have to confront their biggest fears and also learn how to harness the magic in them that they didn't know existed. This book was written by Wesley King, who has written many middle grade novels, and of course, like I mentioned, conceived by the late, great Kobe Bryant. Check out the first book, Season 1 of the Wizengard series, Through Sword.
Hi, Newton Middle School students. It's Miss Suma, library teacher at Bigelow. I'm here to talk with you about something that the other middle school library teachers and I are working on this week. We know that students don't often choose poetry as their first option for understanding the world around them, but poetry can be a really powerful tool to help us understand the perspectives and experiences of others, while at the same time, it can empower us if we identify with the experiences and perspectives expressed in a poem. In this particular moment in time, it's really important for us to consider reading poems written by poets of color. These poems can help us understand racism today and its impact. Poems written by people of color can help us see into the hearts and minds of them and to help us understand their feelings and dreams. At the same time, these poems can be a mirror for Black and Brown students who see their feelings and dreams expressed, acknowledged, and celebrated by others similar to them. We all play a role in ensuring equal rights for all, and one small but really important thing that you can do is educate yourself by reading and learning from poems written by people of color. With that in mind, the library teachers and I have created a page on our library websites called Poets and Poetry, so look for that link on your library's webpage. When you get there, scroll down. You're going to see that there are a lot of resources, but I'm going to focus just on this one, Performances of Young American Poets of Color. Each one of these links goes to a video of a performance by a young American poet and one of their poems. They're very powerful. There are a lot of other things here that you can explore as well, and we encourage you to do that. We'll continue to add to this page in the days and weeks ahead. When poets write, we should read. When poets speak, we should listen.
It's Miss Guzzy, and today I'm going to tell you about a graphic novel trilogy called March. It was written by John Lewis, a congressman from the state of Georgia who has served for many years. Before he became a prominent leader in Congress, he was a central figure in the civil rights movement and worked alongside many of the famous leaders you know about, including Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This series is autobiographical and reflects on his time as an activist. in the 1960s and the many protests and movements he was a part of, including the March in Selma in support of voting rights for Black Americans, where Congressman Lewis was almost beaten to death before he was arrested. Although this is a history many of us are familiar with, the illustrations by Nate Powell bring this time to life in a way that textbook can't, and will leave an indelible impression on readers. Today, readers may be able to relate to this book in a different way as we watch our country continue to fight for equal rights for our Black citizens. This trilogy is available on Sora, and I can't recommend it highly enough.